Hi guys, welcome back to our segment of this channel, Conversations with Amanda and Hannah. And today's conversation is going to be on women and the workplace. So I'll have Amanda start us off. And for all you returning subscribers, welcome back. For all these new subscribers, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. We're all friends here, and welcome. So,
Hi.
to you.
Yeah, so we are going to talk about women actually and confidence and workplace.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask a very, I think it's a vague question, but it's important. I see where your mind is at.
Okay.
So generally speaking, women are confident people?
It depends on the woman. Because I have very... Oh, okay. Let me do like a large let me do it percentage-wise. I'd say there's like, in my opinion, probably like 10 to 20% in terms of like women I personally know who are super confident in the workplace, super confident in general, actually. And then the rest are sort of, I don't say docile, but they're not quite as aggressive as the 10.
That is it. Why do you think that is so?
I think it's conditioning. I really think a big part of it is conditioning and like upbringing, you know, like what's proper, how you're supposed to act as a lady, to get the man. You know, like ladies don't do this, ladies don't do that. We're supposed to be happy all the time and agreeable and sweet and, you know, I don't say docile because I don't like the word docile, but kind of docile.
I think you mean, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with those character traits as a person. There's nothing wrong with politeness and decorum and just conducting yourself in an agreeable, you know, amenable manner. But there is also nothing wrong with being taught how to advocate for yourself, you know, how to have the confidence to sit in a room and have the courage to be disliked because you have a different opinion. And to advocate for yourself. It's not always, be a pushover, basically.
You see the word agreeable.
Yeah.
Is that a positive word?
Agreeability, it depends. I would say if you are able to work in a team, then in that sense, yes, because you can't always be combative, you know, you can't always go in with your fists up. There is an element of agreeability in the sense that you're able to accommodate other people's opinions, but not in the sense that you just go with the flow and just agree with everything. Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's where a large percentage of women are in the workplace.
Yeah, they don't want to ruffle feathers. They don't want to be labeled the B word or like you're, you know, or you're too aggressive. There are just some really careless statements people make. If you are, I don't say aggressive, if you advocate for yourself strongly, like if you have strong opinions, you know, you're labeled the B word, no one's ever going to want to marry you, which I find so problematic. So problematic. Or ladies don't do this, ladies don't do that. I remember one time being in I think I told you about this experience, being in a boardroom meeting where someone was like, you know, women are supposed to be the kitchen. And I just, really, in the 21st century, are we still having this conversation? And I just don't understand the double standards.
If you don't mind.
Oh, can I tell this? Oh, okay. I'll just give like a short version of the story. I was the only lady in the boardroom. We were having a meeting on a certain product. So it's a lot of testosterone in the boardroom, to be honest, because I was on my... So I don't know. I call them locker room conversations because they usually drift into some random conversations, as men sometimes do. And this is not to like blanket all men. Not all men do that, but there are some that do. And then, we were like having a conversation. We finished, and then I think they were having a side chat where he was like, oh, ladies are not even supposed to be in boardrooms anyway. They're supposed to be in the kitchen, cooking for their families, which if you are a lady and that is what you want for your life, by all means, there's no shame. There's no shame in it. But if I am a working lady, which I am in a boardroom, like doing my best, why would you try and weaponize like that against me? For what purpose does this serve? Because my opinions are valid in this situation. I do have things that I bring to the perspectives that probably you wouldn't bring to the table as a guy. Just the same way, there are some perspectives I don't have because I'm a lady. I don't know why people weaponize gender roles when they get uncomfortable in certain situations. For instance, if they feel like you are too, like your material and you're not afraid to voice your opinion on it, they will then go, and this is not all people, this is just some people who for some strange reason just have the strangest manners, in my opinion. Because address the problem, address whatever is bothering you in my line of argument or my train of thought. Don't attack me because I'm a woman. It's just it's lame, in my opinion. Just the same way I won't attack you because you're a guy.
It's insecurity.
It comes from a place of insecurity, and it's not with the best of intentions. And then you just have to, like, you'll respond, but everyone will be like laughing uncomfortably, like, ho, to try and brush over the situation. They will not defend you. I've never been in a situation where guys have stepped in and been like, that's inappropriate. That like you're out of sorts. You have to defend yourself, and you have to get comfortable with defending yourself in that environment. So it's not fun, but it's how it is. Yeah.
So how can we gain more confidence?
I'm going to speak from my personal experience. I'm an introvert, and it takes a while for me to get comfortable enough around people to voice my true opinion on the subject matter. And when I'm very direct. I'm a straight shooter. But it's still, even for me, it still took time for me to gain some confidence in the workplace, to be comfortable enough to disagree with people and, to be okay with just being disliked for it. And a lot of it came from, quite frankly, exposure. I feel like if you're exposed enough times to a situation, you just have to be like, okay, no, this is too much. And also learning your subject matter. For me, if I'm knowledgeable about a subject, I'm not fearful of talking about it. I really am not. I will, be proactive. But if I'm doubting myself and I'm not familiar with the material, then I'm usually not so confident. Yeah, but you have to, it's a lot of self-work and a lot of just putting aside those opinions that women are supposed to be, you can be aggressive and kind. They're not mutually exclusive. They're not mutually exclusive. You can be generous and have a kind heart and still advocate for yourself. They're not mutually exclusive. That's why I don't understand how people polarize them. You can be all those things. You don't have to be either or. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do women learn how to negotiate their salary? Because it's something that we don't do.
Yeah.
The minute you're asked, what would you like to earn? You say a figure. And funny enough, I read somewhere, women is they always say a salary that is 30% less than what men say, which was very interesting because
conditioning.
It's what?
Yeah, we don't.
Men are confident in themselves, and it's
Conditioning.
still conditioned
Yeah.
from a young age.
From a young age.
Yeah. How do we get there? Especially in terms of salary. Inanisumbuanga akili, by the way.
Me too.
Because
story of my life.
Fun fact, I've ever tried negotiating my salary the first time it was presented to me, in the sense that I started talking about salary, and I said a bit higher than what I intended to say in the first place, because I was like, if I'm going to say this figure, probably I'm selling myself short because of that conditioning. So I added a bit of percentage to it. And funny enough, I didn't get that job, but it was given to someone who negotiated lower.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
First of all,
so how yourself short?
I think first of all, like good on you for being able to negotiate, like understanding value and advocating for it. That's a big step for anyone, not just women. So I think they didn't go with you because then probably budget-wise they were looking for someone a bit more affordable.
Yeah, probably.
That's what they went for. But you probably wouldn't have been comfortable at that range that they were offering, you see. It depends on, everyone has their number in terms of what they think they should be paid. What can we do? One, do your market research, right? Find out how people in that position are paid in the Kenyan market. You can use resources like Glassdoor, .com, salary.com, and also use your friend network. I know this one is tricky because people are very dodgy about salary transparency. But if you can find a group of people who are just honest about their salaries, find out like different companies, how they pay, what's in the market out there. It's your job to educate yourself on that. That's the part where you can control, I believe. So once you have like an average, the easiest place to advocate for your salary, I think, is joining an organization. And I wish I knew that. I think it's when you join. I feel like you have a bit more leverage, especially if you're adding value to the company. Because you see, you have
join. You mean like after you worked for a bit of while, like, and then
you're in the interview process. They understand the value you're bringing to the company. I think that's a good place to talk about your salary expectations, and to advocate for yourself, because it's much harder once you're in the job position.
Okay.
So do your market research. Use your friend network. Your friends are not just there for a good time. Use your friend network to find out, okay, what's the range and what am I comfortable earning. Do a self audit of your strengths, weaknesses, both education and personality wise. You have to go in knowing yourself through and through, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now what you can leverage to then advocate for yourself. And then you just have to be persistent. Like keep asking and understand that salary discussions are always going to be uncomfortable. They're never going to be. You will never see. Yeah, they will always on both sides, because your hiring manager is probably trying to find an affordable option for the organization, but you're looking up for your own in addition to looking for a job. So go in knowing it's going to be uncomfortable, and don't back down.
And after, for people who are already in employment,
it's harder, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's much harder to negotiate when you're in employment, man. But I think, value, for me, it's the value that you add. you're not always going to be rewarded for the value that you add. Depends on your organization's structure. It's a sad thing, but it's a real thing. So in that sense, make sure you're a top performer. Sit down with your boss and your HR, whoever handles your KPIs, and find out what you need to do to get to where you want to be. You have to be very intentional, I think. You can't just sit there and like, oh, I need this, I need that. No, you have to be intentional about your progress. Whether or not it pays off, I think regardless, you have to be intentional about your progress. Sit down with your higher ups and ask, what do I need to do to get to this position? Because I've been trying to negotiate my salary for XYZ time and not making any progress. So I need to know what I can do to get where I want to. And then draft an email and send it, and then work on the things you've agreed on, so that the next time you get to that point, you can negotiate based on what you discussed, and you have it on record, so they can't give you the runaround. That's
Thank you.
Welcome. So where do you think women don't speak up in general? Not just in boardrooms.
In
general.
And an example, for me, I noticed that for a long time now that men are definitely more confident than women.
100%.
And there's a time what was I doing? I think I was in my last defense. And five women, one man. And I don't know how other schools do it, but for I don't want to say the school. I don't want to for anything.
For my school, for XYZ institution.
Isn't it to the online? You never know.
Ooh, the internet is forever.
I know. Anyway, once you do your defense and everyone has done their defense, you step outside, and then the lecturers now debate on your marks. That's what usually happens. So while you were outside, I remember us 5 women were there like, oh, I don't think I did well. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, and I'm telling you, Hannah, that guy was just in the corner, just listening and quiet. Do you know what he said? He said, you guys, like, why are you putting yourself so down?
Legitimate
I know
question.
I've gotten an A. I was like, it hit me again. Oh my gosh. We do this
I don't know.
Again.
What for me, I don't know if it's different conditioning or just how I am. I prepare for whatever it is. If it's an exam, if it's a defense, whatever it is, I go hard on preparation, like hard on preparation. And then once it's done, it's done. Like I never go back to it. I'm like, I did the best I could. I went in with as much material as one human can possibly amass. And that's enough for me. Like I know I can do this. I know I'm like a smart person, and I give it my best, and that's enough. Like regardless of the outcome, I try to not beat myself down. But you know this about me. I'm very like self-encouraging, and I try to encourage the people around me because I know how easy it is to slide into this negative thought persons. For a weird reason, women we worry so much.
We are more prone to it.
We just worry about everything. I'm not sure why this is, but I've noticed that about women. We worry about everything under the sun, while men are more like laid back, and they're like, you know what? Whatever happens. And we'll make it through. We'll figure it out. But we are there with the nitpicking the thing and like, could I have done better? Could I have done this? Could I have done that? So it's once you realize that about yourself, you have to learn how to do better. You have to teach yourself how to do better.
I even noticed in this, I don't want to say supermarkets, not supermarkets, but small shops that have attendants. I don't want to say which Wait,
I
can you
love this.
say? No,
I
let
mean,
me not say.
you can say ABC.
Yeah, ABC, and then it's more of a shop that deals with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Mwenye
Okay.
atashikanisha, you know.
If you know, you know.
Things. Anyway, but I did notice that the people who approached me more were men. Like, hi, madam, how are you? Can I help you with something?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want? Women never did. At one, they never did. Anytime I walked past, they never said hi. They just looked at me. There's okay. If you want help, labda, yeah. But
wow.
Of men, they did approach me and be like, hi, how are you doing? Help you. And it's not at once. It's something I've observed over and over and over again. So, and yeah, we need to gain confidence. That is for sure.
You were saying that guys are more proactive in situations like when you're in a store and they have like their own allocation, that they're more likely to come up to a customer than ladies. I've never noticed this, so I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
I'm very, very surprised.
Yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with confidence again. Yeah.
I've never noticed this. That's why I'm like contemplative, because gosh, is it bad? Is it this bad? Like I've always known it's probably. I've always known we have a whole system that, you're just taught not to be that loud. First of all, you're taught not to be loud. Like you're not supposed to be loud.
Yeah.
Then you're not supposed to be aggressive. And then like if you're loud and aggressive and you're not supposed to be ambitious. That's another one. And you're not loud, aggressive,
Marry a rich guy.
Sorry?
Marry a rich guy. I mean, it's not a must. You have
like you don't have to be rich. Yeah, you don't have to be rich. You just get a rich
you can person. Exactly.
Gosh, the conclusion is, there's no shame in being. For me, my takeaway would be the things that will get you ahead in the workplace. They're not mutually exclusive with your femininity. You can learn to balance what you need. You can gauge for yourself what you need in a certain situation and then leverage on that. And also there's no shame in advocating for yourself, because if you don't, who will? No one else will advocate for you. So there's no shame in advocating for yourself. There's no shame in learning to be more vocal, to be more confident. It's a process, especially with all our conditioning. But it's something that can be done if you stick to it.
Yeah.
And if you're determined and you know that this is what I need to achieve this, don't let people put you down just because they've put you in a box. Those are my comments. Yeah.
I think my takeaway is education. Like, educate yourself on what it takes to be confident. Look around who is confident around you and just pick those.
Tap into that.
Yeah, and just learn pole, because there's so much knowledge out there, from books to YouTube videos. On everyone nowadays is a guru.
Your network of friends, Network. I'm a big advocate of leveraging your network on friends for not just a good time. Friends should build you up. They should, and you should build them up.
Yeah, and if you're with the wrong friends, find others.
Yeah, audit.
Exactly.
Yeah, audits.
Yeah. Apart from that, I guess that's all for me.
That's all for me as well.
Do you have something to add?
Nah, I'm good. Today was short and sweet. Short and sweet.
Okay, so my short and sweet, and then it's like a 40-minute.
It's gonna be 30. It's going to be short, boo. Have faith. Hey, imani yangu iko juu. So yeah.
Okay, tell people where they can find you? Because clearly you always you forget this piece of information.
I hadn't forgotten. This time I was like, oh yeah, I need to remember to plug my channel.
Okay.
I was doing well, man. Before now, Mama Amanda herself checked in. Anyways, yes, mom. So, anyway, thanks guys for joining us again. Thank you for sitting through the whole video. If you did, you're a real OG. If you didn't, well, stick around next time. We're interesting people. So
I know.
Yeah. My YouTube channel will be down in the link below. So feel free to hop on over there and subscribe as well. If you haven't subscribed to Amanda's channel, please do. It's free. The subscribe button is the big red one somewhere there on the screen.
Yeah.
And yeah, feel free to join us next time on our next session of Conversations with Amanda and Hannah.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Bye.